Now she's a very clean, tidy person, so she didn't want the tape. This is an in channel. This goes inside. Gives it a nice clean factory look. No tape on the vehicle, just goes up inside the channel of the truck. Now it does say to test fit these before you go peeling the tape. So what I did is I basically just rolled the windows down, put them in, and let them sit there for about an hour. Now we're going to take them out. Okay. So this is the product here. Basically some 3M tape. Oh my God, stop the dinging. Somebody make that damn key go away. So what they say to do is to get some 3M, or get the scratch brake pad they give you, and you're going to scratch up the inside of this channel here, which we'll do right now. And this is a brand new truck. It's only got 150 miles on it. It doesn't get much newer than this. So we'll just kind of give that rubber. Is there a back piece? Yeah, there's a back piece. Okay, now that we've done that, we'll get the alcohol and clean that up. Yeah, the thing with alcohol is that it evaporates so quick. Not to mention it's about already 100 degrees out here in South Florida, July 4th weekend. Okay, we'll let that evaporate. Alright, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to lay it on here. Take the tape off, push it up, pushing in toward the vehicle, which allows this to go up, and then I'm going to pull it back toward this and roll the window up. That's my thought process on it. We'll see how that turns out. So there we have one installed. Pushed it up pretty nice and tight. When you put the window up, you want to make sure that it's not buckling, because it will pull it in. So this is all pulled out, sticking to the weather stripping. On these new 2015s, I think, and the 16s, they have the auto up window, and when you come up with the window, it's going to hit resistance and come back down. That's a safety feature, so you have to hold this up for 5 seconds. So as the window goes up, it's going to meet the channel, it's going to give you resistance. Keep this pulled up for 5 seconds. It will reset the window stopping point. You also have to do that anytime you lose battery power to the truck. So there's that one installed. Now we'll knock out the other 4. You have to leave these up for 72 hours, the windows, to let that properly adhere. And being 100 degrees out here today, I don't think that's going to be a problem. So once again, there's the streamlined look of the in channel versus the, as I call it, the big badass monster truck sticking out. I gotta admit, it's not as clean. It really isn't, but that's not a clean truck. This is a $62,000 Denali, so this is very nice. We're going to do the passenger side front door now. Got my scrubby pad, and like I said, this is a 2017, so I think what they want you to do is get the dirt out of here. I don't really think it's going to really matter scratching up that, but this being a 2017, I don't think there's any dirt on it. The truck's only got a couple hundred miles on it. So we got that done. Take your alcohol pad and wipe it. Get on in there with the alcohol pad. Now this part I can see definitely you want to do, because this will remove any glues or residues or oils, anything that's going to prevent that 3M tape from doing a nice job of sticking. And I don't have to tell you how hot this weather stripping is out here. Woo! Alright. Now like I said, I'm going to dry fit this. I'll put this side in first, come down here, and when I take the tape off, this is exactly how I'm going to slide it up in, and then I'm going to pull it toward me and then put the window up. And when the window hits, sometimes it hits like up in here and bends this in, and you want to finagle that to make sure that you've got good adhesion. So I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off, and we're going to slide this up and put the window up. So here we go. We're going to slide this up, back part in first, front part, get it where I want it to get, kind of put some pressure on it, put the window up. Okay, got the window up and it went up nice and pushed in, and just gonna let that sit there and do its job. Alright, we've got the window back up. It's got the vent shield pushed up against the weather stripping, and we're gonna let it sit there for 72 hours at about 95-100 degrees today in South Florida. It's probably got to sit there for an hour. Again, we got the difference over here of the Dodge stick on the outside, and then we've got the girlfriend's 2017 Sierra inside the channel mount, they're called. I can definitely see it's cleaner. It doesn't protrude out as much as these do. I go in the woods and we get dirty in this truck, so yeah, anything I can keep out of my windows is beneficial. What is she, you know, to and from the mall? Seriously? Burdine's, Macy's, Saks Fifth Avenue. There's hers, inside the channel mount. Burdine's, Saks Fifth Avenue, Macy's, that's her road pattern. So if you're asking about part numbers, it's the Chevrolet. It says it only goes 2014 to 15, but the 16s and the 17s are all the same body style. So this is what we've been using for the in-channel mount. I don't know what the outside of channel mount is. I paid, picked it up last night. What the heck did I pay for it? Like $60 for it at Advanced Auto Parts. And then I had to buy a new Dodge steering wheel cover, which was 20 bucks. So anyway, dropped 80 bucks. I'm happy with it. She's happy with it. It looks good. And they say if Mama's happy, everybody's happy. All I gotta do is put on the back one, so you can see a little difference of how different the truck looks. I think it looks nice. And it being rainy season here and hurricane season coming up, we'll find out how good this works. Alright, so we cleaned out the channel with the alcohol, and we're just going to dry fit this. Fits real nice. Pull the tape off, and we'll stick it up there and then roll the window up and let her bake. Backs are definitely way more finicky than the fronts. They just seem to get caught. But it's on there. All 4 doors are done. We'll let it bake on there. Next thing I'm going to do is take her truck down there and get the windshield tinted and get the front 2 doors tinted. And it'll be nice and cool in there, because it is hot in that truck without tint.